Hello everyone, welcome to the latest video on my channel, Digger Evans Model Railway. What we're looking at here is this particular scene under the bridge, and with these new buildings that I've built and put there, we're going to presume that before this bridge there was a third building, and so what I'm going to do is make the remnants of the third building and lots of weeds and junk and all that type of thing under the bridge, so it makes it look like there was a building there, and we'll put bits of rubble and stuff. So we'll make a start on that today. I'll be back in a sec. Right, welcome back. I've removed the bridge, as you can see, and so we've got a better vista of what we're doing. The bridge support is actually glued in place, so we need to work around that, but that's a good thing, because it gives us our boundaries. This hasn't been glued down yet. This is some a sheet of cobblestones that I'm going to make a very narrow alleyway down each of the buildings down the side. So a narrow alleyway here and one there. There's going to be some sort of fencing going round and I'm going to fill it with junk, and it's going to be somebody's little yard, but it's still going to be full of junk and everything. It's not going to be very tidy. So first of all, I need to mark out exactly the boundaries what I've got for it. So I'll be back in another sec. 1 second. Right, back again. I'm not sure if this is the best camera angle, but we'll try it for now. The buildings, I want to mark the position. I do have them sat on some card. These marks will be moved afterwards, but we need to get them out of the way. This building I'll move now. It's fixed down in position is the card, and the pavement to the front of it is also fixed down, the pavement or sidewalk. The next building to this side isn't in a fixed position, so I do need to be careful. I have worked out its best position, which is where it is, and we'll put a line down the side of that. That's going to mark where that one is. Nothing's fixed down with that one yet. Nothing's fixed down. Now bear in mind, right at the back of these buildings is a siding, a line, a rail line, which by law would have to be walled or fenced. So I have to leave enough room to be able to get around the back of these buildings with something like a truck, but I also have to make sure there's a definitive barrier that doesn't give any implied right of access whatsoever, gates or steps or anything. It has to be a definitive barrier on a rail line in the UK. So my next step, I've kind of got these lines in situ. The next thing is to sort these cobbles so that we've got a lane. I'm just trying to get this camera suitable. Oops, sorry about that, folks. We're back there. Sorry about that. See if we can bring a focus in. Oh heck, I didn't bank on that happening. So these cobbles are going to be the next thing, and I don't want to make them too wide, because too wide will give room for traffic. I'm just going to alter the camera back in a... Sorry about that. I'm hoping that it's a bit of it like an overview, isn't it, so we can see. That brings a bit more light on it. Now I'll move that building out. I've got junk everywhere because I'm manically running from one subject to the next. So I'm going to slice this one in two, because it's about half width of what I want, and I want that both sides, so we've got cobbles both sides, and that'll just take me 1 second. Back again. It's simply just put a score line down with the knife and then just snap it. Obviously it wants excuse me, sorry, it wants refining, sandpaper and what have you, and that's going to be on both sides. and we'll put that way, so the edging stones, and that is going to give me some sort of barrier to work to regarding the dimensions of the layout. And remember, the bridge came, there was a building here, the bridge came, they had to knock the building down, so that's given me, that's not very good, that line. The type of ground cover I'm using, we can colour fudge the edges quite easily. I'm just going to show you a small amount of the ground cover and how I do it, so that you're aware for next time. I'll be back in a second again. And we're back again. This is, I think the trade name's Carlite Browning. It's backing plaster, what they put onto a rough brick wall before they did a finished plaster. My mate next door is a builder, and you're really lucky if you've got a builder next door, because he's ideal to help with all kinds of jobs and stuff, and he also has things left over like all this type of thing. So you can mix that with water and then spread it down so it's like a paste. Let me see if I can just alter this brightness a bit. See if that's any better, I'm not sure. Right, what I'm going to do is PVA the water soluble type, and I put it along this edge and this edge, just showing what we're up to with it. And it's an effective method, and a day like today it dries pretty quick, everything does. So I'm just going to rub that in with my finger all the way up to this bridge stanchion and what have you, and just rub it around a bit. Don't have to be too careful. Same with the other side, up to the edge, and then just spread it about in a haphazard fashion. Doesn't really matter, doesn't matter at all. Right, get that excess off. Now this, you can sieve it if you want really fine stuff, but I'm not going for that. I want it all rough and horrible ground, so I'm just going to throw it on however I fancy. Doesn't matter, it's not going to be a pristine finished project. It's a lump of waste ground under a bridge people forgot about and gave it no value whatsoever until somebody wanted to use it, and by then you can bet the local authority gave it a value as soon as they found somebody who wanted to use it, as usual. So that looks all rough and horrible, which is kind of what we want. We'll flatten it down a little bit here and there. Now the next thing I do with this is water with a dash of IPA, little spray bottle, and I'll just damp everything with that, and that'll help me next stage, so that the water and glue will soak in. 50-50 IPA drop, 50% water, 50% PVA, so this helps it to penetrate in there as well, and you'll see it'll absorb it better because we've dampened it first. I'm conscious I don't want this to go on forever. It's not a live stream, you know. Well, we've got ages to bore everyone to death. So this is what I'll do, and the next step, I have done some ground cover before. This is only slightly different in that it's not going to be completely dead ground. It's actually going to be used. There's going to be like a little old fella on here who buys and sells junk and stuff like that. Kind of avoids the radar for the taxman and stuff like that. And that's all it is. So I'm going to have to let that dry. Before I let it dry, I'll just add something else. Now we can add this stuff. It's just a mixture of various ground covers, you know, that you buy from the shops, commercially available, different colours and textures and what have you. You can add this anytime you want, but I'm just going to add a bit now while there's wet glue about, and that there's all colours. There's brown, black, then there's some grass coloured stuff with some weeds and stuff in it, all different colours. It's all good fun. I'm just going to put that on the top and make use of the fact that we've got some glue there for it. We're going to add a lot of weeds and stuff and thistles and all kinds of things to this by the time it's done. And I'll give you one last view at it from an eye level perspective so we can see what it's going to look like. So we'll I'll just move cap, and we're back again. Now I'll put the building over. Oh, put that building over. It gives it a bit of a feel of what it will look like. We'll have the cobbles either side, and we'll have something at the front. We will weather this bridge stanchion and make it look much more old and decrepit. And that's all it is for this video. It's taken quite a while just to do this short bit, hasn't it? But we'll come back with a progress report on the next one. We'll have the buildings in situ, and we'll carry on doing this this patch of ground. Thank you all for looking in, much appreciated. Thank you all very much. If you like what you've seen, do give us a thumbs up, please. And if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing, and you'll catch each and every episode. Thank you all very much for now. Bye bye, my friends. Do take care.